Hi. About to go live very soon.
We're live now.
I'm okay because, well, I just had toast and avocado.
And the alpha beta do all those.
Yeah, hybrids are on. Me about Lula, which. About Lula, which.
Okay, I've got it.
Okay, fantastic. We're going to see then whether this is all working. Just listen to the. I'm just listening back to the stream just to see whether it's picking up our voices.
About Lula, which.
Okay, I've got it.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, fantastic. We're going to see then whether this is all working. Brilliant. Okay, I think we're ready to go. So let's start up the stream then. Just going to have a look how we are. I think that's pretty good. Just wait for the stream to catch up, and then we can start looking at a few games just whilst we're waiting for the tournament to begin. So, okay, welcome to this stream. We are going to be commentating on the semi-finals and finals of the ECF Blitz Online Championship 2020. Fantastic, thanks very much, Danny. Good to hear. We've done a lot of work on getting this fixed, and I think we've done it really well. So fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers
So it's a very exciting stage of the tournament now. It's down to the last four in each of the Open and the Women's. And so there'll be 4-game matches of Blitz. And if it's 2-2 at the end of each match, then there's an Armageddon game for playoff. So it's a knockout at the semi-final stage. And the finals will also be tonight. So expected around about 9 o'clock.
That's right. People are saying I've got a slight echo on my voice. I'll just move my microphone settings just a little bit down. Hopefully that's going to help. It's tough to know. We're doing all the stuff we should do, I think, in general, but I'll move my microphone just a touch closer as well, and we'll see whether that helps a bit. Let's have a look. So the big favourite, Gawain Jones, got through to the final fairly comfortably. Won some very good games actually. So we thought that well, maybe we'd just wait for whilst we were waiting for the games to start, that we'd have a little look at some of the games that Gawain and also his opponent Andrew Horton played the round before. Pardon me. Natasha's fine, but I'm echoey. My goodness, we've really got all the variations here. This one is muted.
I know you checked. Yes, you checked the sounds, didn't you, on your machine? But then you muted it.
Yeah. No, I should be.
Stream, yeah.
Let's have a look. We'll see whether it improves. I'm not really sure quite what we could do to improve that. This was kind of the optimum setup that we had. Let's give it a go, and we will see. So this is Gawain against Samsky. So that's Sam Chow, I think, is So in principle, Gawain's big favourite here, GM against an FM. But yeah, in a match anything can happen. So E4, E6, D4, D5, Knight D2. Gawain has always played this for as long as I've sat next to him in the Guildford team, which is quite a long time. And Sam played H6, which is okay. Thanks, David. Hope it's not going to get any worse there. It's so 3H6, and this is one of my.
You played that before, haven't you? I remember a quote on this one. Was it Mickey Adams? Someone saying they didn't want to sit next to you playing this rubbish.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it is quite. It's a bit of a dodgy line. I played it a number of times, and then in a crucial Olympiad match at Tromsø 2014, I had to play against Akopian, very strong Armenian player, and apparently they spent together with Aronian, they spent the whole day preparing. It was a rest day, preparing for 3H6, trying to refute it basically, and. Of course, the next day I played something completely different, and I sort of saw his face fall a little bit when I played 3 Knight F6 instead of H6, but I hadn't realised quite how much effort he'd put into it, because he's, especially Kokan, is not really known as somebody who prepares a lot. He's much more creative, free-flowing player. So, but obviously he'd been given orders to really spend a lot of time analysing it. It's a good move. It's a halfway to move.
They've got something good then against H6. They've probably got something they're keeping secret.
Exactly.
So that was a long time ago now, wasn't it? 6 years ago.
It was a long time ago. Yeah, I played it recently against Justin Tan as well in 4NCL, and it worked out quite well. But Gawain has got his stuff against this. He went E5, Knight D7, Bishop D3, C5, C3, Knight C6, and then a very subtle move here, Bishop C2. Pardon me. What is the point of this move, Bishop C2? Black is anticipating, or rather White is anticipating Queen B6 from Black, and then you can just meet it with Knight B3. And well, if the bishop was still on D3, then C5 to C4 would fork a piece. Having withdrawn the bishop back to C2, you can play Knight B3 and really hold your centre well. And I mean, the basic idea of these positions is that, if White manages to hold his centre, manages to keep it all together, then White should really be better. And obviously, Black is trying to disrupt matters as quickly as possible. I mean, I have played a lot of G5s in these type of positions, with quite a lot of success actually. Sam goes for another typical plan, which is C takes D4, C takes D4, and then A5. Trying to drive the knight away with A4, and well, Gawain blocks it with A4, and this is interesting position. I mean, White's given up this B4 square, but on the other hand, the knight on B3 is safe, and the pawn on D4, pawn on E5, the white centre is safe. So, and well, if you look at what is Black going to do, the king side, well, that king side is actually quite weak. That move H6 is a little bit of a weakness. If the king goes to G8, then a nice queen and bishop battery could be very upsetting. So always very tricky positions for Black, these. Queen B4 check was played by Sam, and I think even Bishop D2 would be possible here, but Gawain went King F1, very typical as well. You're just going to play G3, King G2. You might well want that rook on the H file to support a rush of the kingside pawns. Well, you're going to see what Gawain did in the game. Knight B6, so Black's getting his knight active. Knight C4. It's an active square. It's not a really stable square, because if that knight on B3 moves away, we could have B2 to B3. But okay, you've got to do something. H4. The Alpha 0, Lena 0 move. Here it comes.
H4.
Yeah.
H4.
It always happens in the French when Leader 0 and Alpha 0 are playing against it. Here the idea is not necessarily just to move the H-pawn up, it's actually to do with activating the rook. And this rook is going to go to G3 and tie the bishop on F8 down to the pawn on G7. and also make it very, very unlikely that black will want to castle kingside. But you see already black's moved the queen back. It's very hard to find a plan here. Must have been pretty difficult, to be honest, in a 3-minute game to play this position with black. So
This could be a blitz game where neither side castles.
exactly, it's
certainly not going to.
well, having a look later, there's a move 27 castles, but that's quite late from black.
Okay, there it is.
So
Kingside, in the end.
King G1, Rook C8, Rook G3, very sensible moves. Knight B4, Bishop B1, the bishop just steps away. And again, you keep on seeing that, black's tried Queen B4, black's tried Knight B4, but, what's the follow-up after? Just very difficult to say, really. So, Queen D8, Knight C5, B6, and Knight takes D7. Getting rid of the bad white bishop, black bishop rather, the light squared bishop. But well, if you're going to win a piece with b3, then getting rid of a bad bishop is not so bad. So as we said, this knight on c4 very exposed to this move b3, and now just a sudden transformation, it's gone. So actually, white is here just a piece up in this position, and Gawain converted it quite easily in actual fact. Let's just have a quick look through it. Bishop d2, Queen a7, Bishop c3, blockading the c pawn, very nice. Knight c6, h5, pinning down that pawn on g7. Bishop b4, Bishop b2, Rook b8, Knight c2, castles, and Knight takes b4. Now, if I'd been black, I would have been tempted by a move like a takes b4. Actually, let's just check. Can I play a move on the board like that? I certainly can. But then Queen c2 looks horrific with Queen h7 coming in. Again, that weakness on h6 and the value of that rook's pawn on h5. So we see that all the time with Alpha Zero. So Knight takes b4 was played to stop the queen coming to c2, but obviously, Bishop c1. Look at those two bishops pointing towards the king. And after King h8, well, Gawain's a very good attacking player. He's not going to miss moves like this. Bishop takes h6, looking for g takes h6, Queen d2, I guess. Something like this. So Rook g8 was played, Queen d2, and, carnage ensued. Takes, Queen f4. I mean, white is just a piece up with a raging attack. Lovely play from Gawain. The rook comes into a3, coming over to the king's side. And we've got Bishop g6 and Rook af3. Look at that coordination. Wow. Amazing. And
all those pieces pointing towards the king.
Exactly. And, we've got a lovely little combination to finish. Just Queen f8, Bishop f6 check, and Queen h6 checkmate. Very impressive game from white there, but I think really you're seeing there the power of Gawain's preparation, knowledge of this system. Just a really good opening, a great platform, which he then played beautifully to win it. Very, very difficult for black. So this was I think the last game of the match. I think where Gawain was black. And Gawain has got a great repertory for blitz. He plays one of the few top players who plays the King's Indian very regularly, and he scores extremely well with it. And here he plays his favourite line, c5, against the g3 King's Indian. He's had a number of games against David Howell in this, and done pretty well actually. But here it transposes to a modern Benoni, which I've also seen Gawain playing quite a bit. It's a lovely way of getting, unbalanced play. It's he's really worked out his system very well. So, Rook e8, Bishop f4, Bishop f5. Very typical from white here, from black rather, trying to get control of that e4 square, stop white from mobilising that central pawn. Queen c1. I think this has been played before. It does look a bit odd to me, though, I have to say. The bishop on e4 attacks d5. e4 is stopped, and it's really hard to see how white is going to develop any pressure on the black position. Rook d1, knight d7. Nice little tactic there. If bishop takes d6, we're playing queen b6.
Fork on the bishop and the pawn on b2.
Exactly. So that's pretty nice, really. Queen b6, a4. He went queen b6, rook d2, and knight f6. And that pawn on d5 is in a bit of trouble. A5, queen a6 to chase away the queen. Queen d1, and then another nice move from Gawain here. Knight h5, attacking the bishop on f4. It can retreat to e3, but that's not a great square. I mean, Black might play a move like what would I fancy here? Maybe h6, just to and then to follow up with f5. You know, that looks like quite a nice move there. So White played e3. Black takes the two bishops, and then b5. And one of those horrible dilemmas for White. If you take the pawn, then Black gets a big open b file to attack that pawn on b2 together with the bishop on g7. If you don't take it, then, well, c4, b4, c3 is coming in. It's one of those things that...
and the black bishops are looking ever more powerful once those pawns get moving.
Yeah, no, it's very, very dangerous. So a takes b6, queen takes b6, knight g5 takes. I thought Gawain played this very well. I mean, I don't know whether he played it, computer accurate or whatever, but he played it in a very good, safe way. a5, start trying to get that a pawn rolling. h6, drive the knight back. This nice move, queen d8, with the idea of bringing the rook round to b7 to b4. You know, very good idea there. f5, rook b7. I mean, there's not enough pressure against the black king side here, really, so it's not too worrying. Queen f6, and well, you know, with this whole repositioning of the pieces, the rooks come to b7, the queen's covering any weak light squares there are. Very nice position. So this was very nice as well, very good blitz technique. Gawain just switching the angle of attack and, well, discomforting the white pieces with this move h4. Knight f1, and then this nice move rook e4, just bringing the rook round to b4. And of course, black's also threatening rook g4 here. So, for example, if you were to play a random move like b3, then rook g4 would win on the spot.
Yeah,
so,
and black might put the pawn on h3 at some point as well.
Exactly.
Very dangerous for white.
So rook b4, queen g2, takes, a4, e4, rook a b8. That pawn on b2 is a goner. And what's even worse is that the, well, relatively speaking, the rook on a2 is a goner as well. So what is black going to do? Well, simply push the c-pawn. And, well, this turned out very, very bad. I mean, when you think, basically, I think Sam had to win in order to prolong the match. This is not at all what he was looking for, of course. Knight c2, and well, a piece up. Gawain won that very easily. So, what can you conclude from that? I think you can say that Gawain looking in extremely good form, really, really looking very impressive. So that's going to be a big challenge for our next player, who for his opponent in the semi-final rather, and that is Andrew Horton. So
Andrew Horton, who has also been playing well. He, I'm just looking up his age now. He's a young player anyway. 22, we think he is. 22 years old. And actually, the oldest person to get through to any of the last four in either section is 33. So there's three 33-year-olds in it, and everybody else is in their 20s or even teens. The youngest is Anita Somton, who's only 16 years old.
My goodness. Yeah, I think youth really does have a lot to do with it in these events. You know, it's.
I'm sure it helps in blitz. Yeah, you can get your mouse, move the piece quicker.
Exactly. And you've grown up with this sort of chess. I mean, looking back at my career, just as I'm 46 years old now, but you played some Blitz. I actually didn't play that much, but you play some Blitz. But online chess came a little bit later, and certainly when I started playing online chess, probably about 99, 2000 maybe, with the ICC. Don't know if you remember that. Yeah, I mean, people were actually, very bad at it. But, when I stopped for about, 10 years with chess and then came back to it, the thing you noticed was that, my goodness, the people on the Blitz websites, they know all the tricks. Pre-moving, sneaky checks that you don't see, and, amazingly rapid moves, weird checks from nowhere when you're short of time. Really...
it's all part of the game.
All part of the game, that's right. It's no, very, very, very tricky, really. So, but let's have a look. Andrew Horton, I played him recently. I thought he was a good player, and he did pretty well to defeat Ravi Haria in this game, because Ravi's a very good Blitz player as well, very tough opponent. So I think this was the final game of their match. So actually, Andrew playing something that Ravi plays quite a bit as well. And we actually get a reversed modern Benoni. So e takes d4, c takes d4, and d3. Knight c6, castles, and then this move h6. Quite a slightly unusual move, just to stop white from playing bishop g5 and swapping off that dark squared bishop. Bishop d6 has been more common recently. I think I've played bishop d6 as well. So white played the interesting move knight a3, looking to play knight c2 and then b4. And Ravi played the interesting move as well, bishop takes a3. Quite unusual, this sort of thing. I never really dare to give up my dark squared bishop in these positions and take a knight, because... yeah, I don't know. You always, there are holes on the dark squares, just obviously around the centre, and d6, c5, and it always feels a bit risky. And you've ruined white's pawns on the queen side, it's true, but also given him an open b file. So I'm always a bit worried about that. But anyway, black did it, and it's not a bad decision, just a risky decision. Rook e1, e5, and knight d2. And black played knight d7 here. Yeah, obviously he'd like to play something like bishop f5, but this b7 pawn is hanging. So he went knight d7, knight e4. So if f5 will go knight d6, queen c7 and queen h5. And well, this is what I don't like about these positions. Just and now actually even the king side dark squares are weak, and white's coming in with f4 here. Just. And either take on e5 and give the bishop, the dark squared bishop, a square on f4, or even to play f5 and f6. So pretty tricky. Yeah. This is a creative defense from Ravi, bringing the rook across, and after f5 he plays knight e7, covering h6 and f6. I was impressed by that move. Rook f1, knight f6, takes. So pretty good. Got a reasonably solid defense there, although that rook is not a great defender. You're thinking in general that g4 and h4 can happen. So, but again, some creative defense here. b6, g4, queen d7, holding back the pawn on g5. How holding back? Well, you're going to get this idea. Rook takes f5. And I think it's hanging together there. Bishop takes f5, knight takes f5 feels wrong for white, unless there's something decisive, which I can't really see. So white played rook takes f5 and rook f1, and then g6. And well, the dark squares are still very unpleasant, but somehow black seems to have weathered the first storm here. And yeah, I mean, actually probably in reasonable shape here, but as I said, always the danger with a king. Queen g2. I mean, I would have been looking here, I don't know if it's possible, I'm just saying this as I look at the game, to play something like king f8 and start really thinking about moving the king over to the other side if possible. Well, I think what Ravi did was very reasonable. He went king h7 and then rook h8. And then after h4 he went king g8. That's not bad in principle, but the only problem there is that obviously that rook on h8 is going to be very, very passive. Now I'm just wondering actually whether there wasn't just an immediate win here with bishop takes f5, and after bishop takes f5 we take rook takes and we go bishop f6. Oh, sorry, yeah, bishop f6. That just seems to win on the spot in actual fact. So Andrew played queen f2, bishop e6, bishop f6, rook h5, rook h3. You can see, yeah, it's just lost the thread a little bit here, I think, white. So now it gets very, very messy. The one thing that you can say, though, is that the bishop on f6, you know, that's very hard to get rid of, and that is always going to give white swinging chances or attacking chances. So here Ravi actually, yeah, he won the exchange. Queen takes a2. Well, I would have thought he'd be completely winning here, in actual fact. Exchange and a pawn up. So king g3, queen b1. Just, I mean, it's, I don't know how much time they had. Probably they had, you know, sort of 15, 20 seconds here. It's been a complicated game and very hard to know, you know, what you're actually going to do here. Pardon me. I suppose what Ravi was worried about here was queen takes b6, followed by queen d8 to queen d8 and mate. So he played queen b1, which, you know, covers everything. And of course, you know, Andrew randomizes completely c5. And then there's, I think this looks like a good move. Queen f1, bishop g5 and f5. And now something strange happened.
It's looking tricky for white here.
Yeah, queen d2 happened, but why on earth didn't black just take on e4? Takes on e4 and then queen h3 check. King f2, queen h2.
Oh.
Just a total win. A total. Oh my goodness, that would have.
Yeah.
My goodness, but I think maybe he thought he had a mate somehow. You know, king h2 was played, and he went queen h3, and the king lives to fight another day. And this is not actually as easy as all that. Gave a few more checks. Oh, king runs away as well. Oh, it's all chaos now. You know, it's so he took on c5 and took on a5, and obviously there's lots of checks happening here. Oh, what a oh yeah. We've all. Oh, wait a minute, but there's bishop b3 mate. There was bishop b3 mate as well.
Mate.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
My goodness me.
yes.
Oh dear me. But he went bishop g4, queen e2. Oh, that was a. Well, after a really well played game from Andrew, this got completely random, and this is drawn or better. Yeah, why I'm saying drawn actually. It's probably better for white actually now. And after here, it ended with mate.
Yeah.
Crazy game, crazy game.
Okay, we're just coming up to 8 o'clock now, so I wonder we should maybe look.
Yeah.
How these games are about to start.
Now I've got a link that apparently was going to give me
Takes us direct to the games.
take us direct to the games. That's right. So let's have a look. It looks like a very mysterious link to me. And it doesn't seem to have done very much. Maybe it will.
Well, I'm going to use the old-fashioned way then.
Oh, good Lord. Okay.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to just close all these ones.
Right. That hasn't really worked very well, but we'll let's do. Ah, you are now following. Okay, now following these guys. Right. So that means that if we're following them, surely I will. When they come on, I would think that I would see them in the list of players. I don't think I won't see all of them in the top players, but I would expect somehow to see the guys. I think I'm also going to do it in the old-fashioned way. Observe werde.
Well, it's only just 8 as well, so they should be just starting now.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got 24 viewers. Hello, everyone. Good to
Hey.
good to see you. Hope we're going to have well, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a really exciting time here. Oh, great! I've got them all. Indeed, they've all started. Fantastic. Look at that. So, Andy Horton against Gawain Jones. Gawain playing favourite setup against the English there with Fianchetto, Bishop and Knight on E7 and B6, very flexible. Oh, D4. Now, I wonder what Gawain's going to do against that. D5 might be an idea there. Just Bishop B7, okay. Oh, Knight E2. That's a slightly passive move. I wonder... I suppose he just wants to take back on D4 with a knight, I suppose. So D5... I'm guessing that we're going to take, and how's Gawain going to do this? Taking back with a knight. So I think both players playing quite solidly here in the opening, just, I think probably just trying to ease themselves into the match. Let's take a look at Ameet then. Ameet Ghasi against Marcus Harvey. This is going to be a toughie. They're both dangerous players, these two. Again, quite cagey. Ameet always plays these sort of knight F3, G3 systems.
He loves King's Indian attack type things.
Exactly.
I watched him, the British, a couple of years ago, and he played it every game, and he was just beating everyone. He just played instant.
Exactly. Yeah.
He knew all the moves.
He's got a nice position there, actually, so I think he's going to be quite happy with that. Let's have a look at Chess Queen 6404. Who's Chess Queen 6404, Natasha?
That's Anita Somton.
Oh, against Shohreh. Okay, so...
So it's Anita Somton's the youngest player left in the event. And Shohreh's recently moved to England. When would have been March time?
Exactly. Yes.
And so this is a very interesting matchup here.
So
it looks like it's a Stonewall Dutch.
Indeed, I quite like the.
It looks like that.
Yeah, that's right. It's
it says a Slav.
Well, it's a semi-Slav triangle, so it's gone into a Stonewall structure. But for a blitz game, this is pretty good, really. I think this is. I'd say Black's got. There's some danger there. Let's take a last look at. This is a Svetlana Sucikova against Ekaterina Diakonova. Pretty solid start there. G3 King's Indian. That's going to be a tough fight. Let's go back to the Andrew Horton game. So very even this game. Oh yes, of course you've got Gawain also streaming live there. So he's attempting to win the event and also stream at the same time, which is pretty tough. So Queen E7, yeah, this is going to be a long, tough one. Let's have a look at.
Okay, Carl Portman is cheering for Marcus. We're going to look at Marcus.
Exactly. I thought we'd.
Marcus against Ameet.
Oh, look at that!
Or Ameet playing white.
Look at that knight. It's gone all the way from B1, D2, C4, E5, G4. That's a pretty. That's a randomising blitz move from Ameet there. That's. But I mean, in actual fact, White's looking.
I know what he's going to do next, right? He's going to play H4.
Could do.
Ameet will do that.
Or he could play E4. That might be another idea, and then just try and force Black to take on D4. Then you'll take back with the Queen on D4. That's completely possible. I mean, I'm kind of expecting something like this actually, which Knight takes D4. Oh, sorry, I'm guessing the move now. E4 is my guess, but you can play guess the move as well. But
I'm guessing H.
You're guessing H4, are you? Yeah. I mean, there's other ideas. I was actually wondering even about. Oh, good lord! Can we do? Oh yeah, Queen E2. Oh, I had a gorgeous idea with D5 actually. Oh, good lord.
D5. Might be taken.
Wait a minute. Just see what can I switch to live analysis? Can I go D5? That was the idea. I'll just show you quickly. D5, ED. Because if Bishop D5, I got E4. I go Queen D3. And if you go G6, I go Queen F5, you see, and Knight H6, mate. That was the idea. But never mind. Back to the game. Queen E2. Okay. It's proceeding quite nicely. Let's have another look, see what's happened there, because, ooh, look at that. My goodness, the whole board is on fire. White is... oh, no, not a rook up, sorry. They've somehow swapped off rooks. Equal pawns, actually, amazingly enough. But, well, White's got quite a bit of pressure there. But got to be a little bit careful. I mean, there's stuff like Queen e5 coming in. Queen d2. I think that feels like a good move to me. Just stopping anything with d4. And I think after Queen e5, black will go g3. Or g3 might be a bit awkward actually because bishop f4 is coming in. So yeah, not sure about that one. Quite like white in that position, I think. And how about this one? I think I quite like white in this one as well. This whole king on h7, the knight on h4 is very annoying. You would have, oh, bishop e3 is a good move. Yeah, f4 is coming in as well. Well, I think white's looking very good in this position. Now let's have a look. Andrew Horton is in an equal position, but he's got very little time on the clock. And I can tell you that Gawain is extremely dangerous in these types of positions. He's a very good endgame player. And the number of
a knight and pawn endgame is a bit like a king and pawn endgame in that you can get it's not drawish. You can
yeah, you can do
even with the same number of pawns.
You can do a lot. You can do a lot with knights in these, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, Gawain's a very good grinder. I mean, he's for Guildford. He's won all sorts of games that he had no right to win, really. So I thought he might have gone. No, it's a bit tricky. E4. So knight f6, interesting idea. Oh, so he wants to take and go e4 and maybe go knight g4 at some stage. He's trying to keep it sort of tight at the back, really, and he's going to try and chase away that knight. Actually, white's going to be a little bit careful. A5 might come in and stop the knight coming out to b4. Ha! It's come in. Yeah, got to be a bit careful now. Oh, that knight's got to come round. Where's it going to come round? A7. Oh, I don't know. Oh, this is going to be. Oh, I don't know. This is where you start sweating with white, to be honest. Especially he's got so little time, and Gawain's ahead. This could be. I think this could be a little bit tough. Let's take a quick look though here because there's bound to have been quite a lot's bound to have happened. What have we got? Rook b3. Pawns. They're equal. This is quite an equal position in actual fact. Probably you'd slightly want white, I suppose, because it's. Oh, actually.
Marcus Harvey and Ameet.
Yes, that's right. Queen f3 has just happened. That was. That's not what you wanted.
Quite strong, doesn't it?
Oh, good lord. Gonna need a little bit of.
He's quite long time as well.
Yeah. Queen d3. Oh, he's just given up the pawn.
H3,
oh, that's good. Trapping the queen in a way. Look at that. Oh my goodness! And now the a pawn's going to run. Wow.
Oh gosh.
Oh, but actually. Oh,
what can you do? Oh no.
He's going to have to go f5. F5. Yeah. And queen g2. Look at queen g2. Swapping off the queens here.
Yeah.
Is the knight fast enough? Just fast enough, I think. Yes, the knight is fast enough. So yeah, we'll go knight c8, I guess.
So it's 5 pawns against 3, but that white a pawn is tying up the knight.
Knight takes g4. c4. Yeah, we've got a c pawn as well. And this
pawns are running.
And pass it. This is going to end up as a draw, I think, because you're not going to be able to get past each other. So yeah, this is going to end up as a draw, I think. Let's just have a quick look. How's it going with Andrew Horton? Ooh, good lord. King e4. Is that necessary?
Knight and pawn endings going on at once.
Exactly. So I think king e3. Yeah, he's playing it safe there, I think, Andrew. This is going to end up as a draw. Yeah, it's going to end up as a draw. Chess. Yeah, chess queen. This has just ended as a draw. And Svetlana Sucikova won that game as we expected. Andrew Horton has drawn with Gawain, and now one game going on. This is a total draw. Total draw.
Okay, so
three draws and a win.
Svetlana won her game.
Okay, let me just close some of these.
Okay, so now they're just going to start again with colours reversed.
Exactly, and I'm just hoping that we.
They'd have been self-start, wouldn't they? Just started.
I would have thought so. Yeah. Let's. But I'll maybe. Let's have a look. I'm just closing some of the windows just in case we need some more screen estate for our games. Great games, these games in the semi-finals, I have to say. Right, okay, so draw by repetition. Let's see. I'm just going to try observe FIDE Note again, just to see whether... No, I don't think it started yet. If you could just check that, Natasha, that would be great. Or if somebody in the... Marcus like a young Dumbledore without the unseemly beard, says Carl Portman. So... I'll keep on trying a few times. 35 viewers! Hello, everyone. This is our first, I suppose you'd say our first... next game starting very soon, Danny. Thanks very much. There they are. Okay. FIDE Note. Here we go. Intrigued. Will Gawain play 1e4? I think he can play everything, in actual fact. Gawain can. So, oh, he's already spent... Oh, has Gawain got a problem? He's already spent 10 seconds on his first move.
Matthew, I can't hear you now. Okay. I can hear you again.
You can hear me again. Great.
Hi there.
Fantastic. Let's have a look. Marcus Harvey. Playing a very quiet system. This is a tough, going to be a tough attritional battle. This one. Both very good blitz players. Better than their over the board ratings, definitely. Both young, quick. Going to be going to be a good match. This one. Knight d2. So I think this is going to suit Marcus. Getting a pair of knights off, flattening out the game, and should just be a little advantage. Let's have a little look at what Gawain has done. This is in principle quite nice. I hope that Andrew is not particular theoretician in actual fact. This could be a little bit dangerous for him because if you're not careful here, you're just going to get really quite squashed. I guess White's going to play. What does White play? Bishop.
Didn't try E4 this time.
No, played C4.
Double fianchetto. This is quite trendy, this double fianchetto stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I mean, I played. I had to prepare against Andrew in the 4 NCL, and I decided it wasn't worth playing E4 or D4, but C4 and Knight F3 was better because his openings against that were not particularly fixed. Seemed like that was a good chance. I guess Gawain's very, very good on the psychology and the opening choices. So I mean, basically, he's going to set up Roxy Bind, and Black's going to have to. Black's going to be suffering a little bit on this one, but important I think for Black to try and play quickly, because the thing about these openings, you can play the moves quickly and put the pressure on White to find something. Now, just have a quick look at this game. Ooh, quite interesting. I think Ameet's going to be setting up a kingside pawn storm soon with e5, so it could get quite exciting. Let's have a look on the first of the ladies' boards. An exchange Caracan. Black looking quite comfortable there. Castling. Ooh, I'm wondering about castling. I would have maybe preferred to go g6 and king f8, g7 and keep my rook on that h file. So got to be a little bit careful here with these positions are funny. They can turn quite quickly, but I think queen d6 is a good move. If queen e3, we should be able to play maybe queen f4. A little bit risky. No, I think we can do it. Queen f4 takes, knight e2 and knight h5, protecting the pawn that way. I think that will be fine. You don't want to start playing moves like knight h7. I think f4 now is going to be dangerous. So that could be a tricky one. That one. Now then we've got Sucikova here playing against Diakonova. Pleasant position for White, just a slight edge. But Black's, this is a normal Caracan actually. Black's swapped off the light squared bishops and will play c5 at some stage. Not really an opening you play to win, but should be okay for equality. Although knight f8 looks a bit passive to me. I think White might start playing b4 or even c5 in this position actually. A bit dangerous. I'm not sure about that one.
Svetlana did win the first game, so maybe she would be happy with the draw for this one.
Exactly, yeah. No, I'm sure she would. It's f4, f5 coming in. This could be. We haven't got f6, have we? have we got f6 in this position? I'm not sure. Queen f2 is a very sensible move. I mean, I'm always happy sacrificing other people's pawns and pieces, but f6 did look quite dangerous, I have to say. So what have we got here? Ooh, this is this feels like a nice position for Ameet, but I think with all the files open and the weak d6 pawn, it's probably just even, I guess. Unless there's some very clever switchback. You'd want to do something like, yeah, queen c4, queen takes c4 here, queen d6, queen g4, something like this would be what you'd really want to do. But I guess you've even got a move like queen g3, for example, just doing that. So yeah, I think that's probably quite decent for both sides. Let's have a look at Vedenote. What sort of grinding have we got here? Okay, so Gawain hasn't played e4. He's just kept his pieces like that, and b5. Oh, I think Andrew's done pretty well there, really, to be honest. The big trick is, by the way, that, well, is it a big trick? Well, b takes c4. I'll just show you quickly if I can do that. B takes c4, we would have had this a little trick like queen here, and queen takes c8, for example. Takes, and you can't take the rook back because of knight takes c7. You go rook c7 and pick up the pawn after that. Okay, that's but the knight e5 is a much better move, I think. And yeah, Gawain's got to find. Although, actually, come to think of it, oh yeah, do you dare play f4 here with white here? F4. Possible.
He's done it. He's played f4.
Has he played f4?
He has, yes. Gawain played f4. And so Andrew's going to need to put his knight somewhere.
There we are. f4, sorry, back on the... Ooh, okay. So knight g4, queen e7. There's no good checks along the diagonals. So you can't counterattack the rook, can you? Could you go something like rook c5? Rook c5 would be really what you'd love to do in this sort of position. Just counterattack that rook, and he's played it! Yay! That's very good. Queen e4. Yeah, I can go queen a7. That's rook c5 is a good move. I think that's solving all Black's problems, to be honest. So down to 20 seconds, Andrew. But let's have a look. We've got this one. How's this going? Oh, queen b8. Is that an extra pawn for white? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 to 5. Yeah, that's right. But Black quite active. Difficult in Blitz, this one. Let's have a look. Snapman. Oh, that's actually quite nice for Black, this. Just, this is going to be quite annoying. Lots of weak pawns here, and really no way forward for white. So, I think that could be a Black win. Let's have a look. Marcus Harvey. Oh, he's Black. Okay. He's got. Oh, he's white. Sorry. He's got 10 seconds left. Ameet's got 40 seconds. Not easy to do something. You wonder, maybe the time is to gamble with g5. Yeah, with that extra time. Tempting. f4 or g4? G4, indeed. And actually g3 is coming in as well. So this is dangerous. Ooh, good lord. Actually, this is really dangerous. I think I'd go knight f3. Oh, queen b1 check. Clever. You've got to spot those. King h8. Queen b2. That's a very nice way of doing things, just to get the queen onto best square. Knight f3. Excellently defended there. Excellently defended with little time on the clock there. Yeah, I think that's probably the worst is over there. Andrew Horton is a pawn up.
Oh, he can't take the rook.
Oh, and Gawain is...
Let's see.
Gawain is offering a horrific ending there. Yeah, takes and rook c3. And then, rook c2 and d5. Oh, this is horrible. Oh, this is really horrible. Now he's getting pinned to the back rank as well. Oh, God, big shock coming. Gawain's very big trouble. Oh, Ameet has won. How did that happen?
H5. Ameet's won, has he?
Yes, how did that happen? G takes f2, queen g7. Oh, fell for a tactic. Knight f5, rook takes f5. I think the time element played there. That was really very difficult. Shohreh has won. We thought that one was going to be quite good, and this game's going to be exciting. Let's just have a quick look how that happened. Yeah, okay, so white won. Yeah, I think black went wrong by not exchanging off queens before, and in this game, oh wow, white somehow got to a rook and pawn ending a pawn up. That's going to be a long one, I guess, but should be a draw. So I think let's focus on this one, because this could be a huge shock. So, I mean, how is black going to do this? It's not 100% easy. I'd probably like to go king f6 to f5, I would have thought, and then try and play f6 to f5, but he's kind of... That's rather annoying what he's done there, because the rook's in a great place on d7, stopping the pawn from moving to d4, and also, okay, that's clever, that's clever. He's got his structure back there. So, dislodging the rook there. So, I mean, king f5, I mean, you're giving yourself the risk of getting yourself mated, of course, but it's, I think it's a good idea, yeah, king f5. And now, if you go rook e7, you'll go f6.
F6,
yeah. So,
10 seconds left for Gawain.
Yeah, he's, I'd take the chance here to check the king. Oh, I would have checked the king just to check him back, but rook b5, rook a5, excellent, just a nice little waiting move. Going to play e5 now, Marcus, yeah, Andy rather, excellent. So there's a few checks now. Just a bit annoying there. If we play d4, there'll be f4, so difficult. Winning a bit of time. He could go rook. He could go rook a6 at some stage, and or rook b6, and put the rook on the third rank there. Maybe go king e7, check the rook, king back, check the king back, and go to b6. He's this is tough really but he's building up time nicely. So that's not bad. King f7. d4 now. Oh, that's excellent timing with the pawns weak. Oh, Gawain's going for it. Rook e3. There's king f2. Rook g3, and rook g4. Yes, look at that one. Oh my goodness, that is pretty good. Rook takes. How is Gawain going to do this? King f3. We go rook g4. I think is the obvious move, just to cover everything. King e7 and rook d6. Okay. Tuffy, how are we going to proceed here? d3. Oh, that's a very good move, I think, actually. Just king e3. Oh, we'll go rook g3 now. Is he going to go king f4, Gawain? But then I go h4. I go h4 here.
And then g5 coming in.
Oh, this is lost. This is lost. This has gone completely. The only thing Gawain can hope for is that black goes g5 check here. No, rook g2, excellent. Well, no, it was just in that specific position. It was he's doing this very calmly. He's taking the chance for repetitions. e6, d2 we go now. King e8, and now h3. Simply, h3 is just winning here. So. So he's going to go rook h7 now. Well, if he goes rook h7, we'll go d1 queen. King f6 will go rook f2 check. King g6 and h2 winning. I think Gawain's going to resign now.
Yeah.
My goodness me! What a win! What a win!
Good game. Yeah. Okay, now we've had some comment that our sound is a little bit echoey. It was better before, and then.
Okay, I think maybe.
We can certainly check it.
I can certainly not lean as much excitedly forwards towards the board. I'm going to try and stay at a regular distance from my microphone. That's probably, yeah. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. Got a bit excited there with all that. Wow.
Wow. Simon, are we better when we're back a bit like that? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's see the next one starting. I guess I'll start pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm just going to close some windows here because. So.
Right, can we remember what the scores are?
Yeah. It's good lord, that rook and pawn ending ended up as a win for so it's 1-1 1-1 between Sucikova and I thought I was going to get her name, but I've forgot.
Diakonova.
That's right, Diakonova. And then Shohreh is 1.5 half up. And then we've got I just closed that one there. And then Marcus is 1.5. So it's Ameet 1.5, Marcus Harvey half, and 1.5 half to Andrew Horton. And I've just realised I've carelessly got rid of one of the players. So observe. Who is it? I want set 99. Set 99 is what we need. Just
Okay.
oh, she's there. She's there.
So
That's
now
great.
Andy Gawain has started already again.
Oh,
No
and
rest for the wicked.
yeah, and
It's another double fianchetto.
Yeah, this is it's a little bit depressing really for Gawain. I think this is although I mean, you know, if is Andy going to go 92 again? Hard to believe, really. Hard to believe. Could do a better move than that. Rook C1, fair enough. That's decent. Let's have a look at Ameet. Oh, King's Indian attack.
Did you know what?
King's Indian attack for Ameet.
Gawain's streaming it. Let's take a quick King's Indian attack from Ameet, definitely.
Ah, so look at this. We looked at a Leela Zero against Stockfish game on our channel recently with this, and fantastic game. So and actually, Marcus is playing a similar plan to what Stockfish did, which is to put the rook on c8, the F rook on c8, so that the queen can drop back to d8 to defend. That's not bad at all. Not a bad plan at all. He is a little bit slow on the he is a little bit slow on the queenside counterplay though, because he's played b6 and bishop b7. So yeah, and you see Ameet lining up on h6. Oh, good lord! Yeah, I mean, actually, you could have prepared this, because I think I wouldn't be amazed if Ameet's already had a game like this before. So it's but this is quite dangerous. This is pretty dangerous. So okay, we'll just take a look at a couple of the others, and then let's have a look how. Ooh, what has Gawain done? E5. That's a brave move. Because d takes e5 looks, if anything, just like a slight advantage for white there, I would have thought. Or am I wrong? Maybe not, actually. Maybe d takes e5, you take back with the d pawn. You've got ideas of playing e5 to e4. Maybe. So, and yeah, if you don't react, then e4. Now, risky move from Gawain, but it may be quite good.
You know what? Gawain is streaming at the same time as playing, and that's very hard, I would think.
Wait a minute, what's happened here? We've got virtually the same position, only this time white's a rook up.
Oh, which game?
Shohreh, but Shohreh has found a perpetual check. No, there's no perpetual check. We go bishop h5 here. We go bishop h5, queen h5, king g1. Oh no! No, it's check, bishop h5. You didn't need to give up the pawn. No.
Check.
No, bishop h5. Oh no! It was a win. Oh, it's a draw. Bishop h5 was winning on the spot. Oh dear me. Never mind. Sorry, that probably ruined the sound as well. What's this? This looks very even indeed. If this is not a draw, yes, Svetlana against Ekaterina. This looks very, very drawn. So no chances there. So I think we'll concentrate on these two games. So Gawain. Is that a good king? That's not actually a very good King's Indian, you know. This knight on a5 is offside, and white's getting ready to play f4. So I actually think that Gawain's a fair bit worse here. So, but look at the clock advantage: 2-11 against 119.
Wins this will knock out Gawain, you know.
Indeed, but a long way to go for this one. But I think White's got a great position here. Wonderful position he's got. Crumbs. Let's have a look. Oh, this is all happening here. Oh, the queens have been exchanged. That's very pleasant for black. So the material's equal. White's got that pawn on e6. But yeah, rook c6, knight f8. Well, actually, black's got a very simple plan. Just rook e8, knight f8, and then picking up this pawn.
And round up this pawn on e6.
Yeah, and look at the clock, 2:08 to 1:25.
Yeah.
Amazing, because Ameet's fast. So I wonder whether Marcus had prepared this with a computer in detail, because just to say, I've played a lot of training matches.
He would have been expecting a King's Indian attack, I'm sure of it. So he could well have prepared, because they've had a few hours between.
Yeah. It's just strange because it looks very much like some of the training games I played against Stockfish when I'm white and Stockfish is black. That's why I'm intrigued actually in that game. Let's have a look. How Gawain's caught up a little bit quite a bit on the clock there. 93. Again, yeah. I mean, this knight on a5, it's horrific. So, but okay. Knight c3. Gonna have to watch out. I'm probably going to take on f5 and then go knight d1. That would be yeah. It's very sensible. Knight d1. Yeah, I mean, this is excellent. I mean, he's playing this very fast as well. Gawain's only about 20 seconds up on the clock now. So, but I mean, Gawain gets the chance now to bring his knight round. So that's not too bad.
Pile everything onto the G file and then.
Yeah, I mean.
He's got to push off his f4 now, of course.
Yeah, in actual fact, I mean, White wants to play probably rook f2, rook g1, and g4. You know, White would really want to do that. Queen e2 is a nasty move, just stopping h5 there. We might even play queen h5, actually. That would be rook g1. Oh, he's looking for g4. I mean, Andrew's playing this for the win. My goodness me. And 104 to 106, this is nasty for Gawain. He's got to focus on holding this and you know, making it through to his white game. The time difference is astonishing here. 2 minutes, 2 seconds against... and Marcus has actually picked up the pawn. So...
Yes, he's got that
this
pawn
is
on e6. So black has an extra pawn. White's got this far advanced h pawn.
Yeah. So I mean,
I wonder if that could get rounded up as well.
Well, I mean, you're threatening knight h6 is actually a threat, although maybe a little risky because you've got to have to play f5. Oh, that's a good move. King g6. We'll play knight h7, block the pawn, and then we'll go bishop f8 and pick it up that way. Excellent. Oh, even taken control of the e file. Excellent play. Excellent play. Yeah.
Very promising.
Yeah, it looks like Marcus could strike back and you know, and
that would level up the match. And then
that would keep
it all onto a crucial last game.
Exactly. Now let's have a look, Gawain. What can you do here? Oh, he's thinking a long time about queen h5. It doesn't want to. Oh, look, g4. This is very dangerous. Very dangerous, and Gawain's even down on time. So.
Would you take back with the knight? Yeah, that's right.
Ooh, let's have a look. Knight g4, you've got queen g6. How does that... you could take and go f5. That's not winning or anything. Rook g4 wouldn't be any better. Rook g4. That is more sensible. Maybe knight g4, queen g6. What are we doing here? He's just taking and going knight e3. Yeah, that's fine.
Going for the endgame.
Going for the endgame. The endgame is better because the knight on b7 is so bad. A nasty endgame, actually. You're probably going to go... Yeah, I mean, you'll play king g2, I think. King g2, king g3. Those are natural moves. Rook g1... Actually, I was going to say rook g1 is possible now because you can play rook g4 and then go king g2, g3 and not even give black the g file. Rook e8. Oh, h4 coming in with h5. You know, this is phenomenal play from Andrew. Really high class play. If Magnus played like this, you'd be in awe. Really classy play. Takes knight f5. Look at that total domination of the I think Gawain's just lost. I can't see how he can save this. It's just.
Yeah, but it's a fast game. Although he's getting on time as well, Gawain.
So knight h6 check now, and then we come back to g4. We just come back to g4, or we go king g2 first. I mean, that's also possible. Yeah. If you want to be super safe.
This is also the time, right? You're playing against a top grandmaster. When the nerves start to kick in just a little bit.
They will do a little bit. They will do a little bit. But I think he's... Oh, Gawain. You're not going to play king g4, are you? Oh, he's maybe... Oh, no, he's not. Okay. But now we go king G, oh, F5 even, okay, yeah, why not? And now king G2.
Yeah.
King G2 simply, yeah.
Yeah.
A6.
Somehow free this knight. It's still
Oh, he's doing a decent job there.
Yeah.
But takes on king E3 now, and actually White's got a passed A pawn potentially as well now. So past H, F, and A pawn. So I mean, this is horrific. King takes C4 now. King D4 picks up the C4 pawn. King takes C4. Yeah, I mean, Gawain's just obviously F6 now. So how are we going to do this? F6 wasn't really necessary, but well, I think knight E3 to F5 is quite a nice way of doing things. Knight C3. Oh God, he's given away the A pawn. My goodness. Okay, but we're getting the D6 pawn. I think we're getting the D6 pawn here. King B5. I don't think you can save that. King C6, knight E5 check, takes D6, E4, you're too slow. Knight F4, King D6. I mean, this is H7. Oh, good lord. Knight G6 and then King. Oh, knight E5. Yeah. That's just gone. H8 Queen.
That should be it.
Indeed, amazing victory for smooth as a hedgehog, Andrew Horton. I am Andrew Horton.
I liked it 2.5 then.
That's 2.5. That's 2.5. 2.5. Oh, very nice from Gawain there. Very nice from Gawain, congratulating his opponent. Very sporting, always Gawain.
Yeah.
So hard luck, Gawain. That was I think came up against somebody playing just really well. Very impressive game, this one. So
it looks like Marcus has won as well.
yeah, that was going well. So that's 1.5. So that's very thrilling. And this game was a draw. So we've got this.
3 games playing.
Yes, I think that this is 1.5 each, isn't it? This one, I think, or is this is Shohreh leading 2-1 actually?
I think Shohreh is ahead because she won
Yes.
the game. I think there's been 2 draws and a win for Shohreh.
Okay, so it's 2-1 to Shohreh, 1.5 between Svetlana and yes, Ekaterina. That's right. Gawain Jones is out in the biggest shock. And Ameet against Marcus is going to be thrilling. 1.5 each, and both playing very well. I mean, Marcus' performance there, unbelievable. So fast, so much time against one of Ameet's favourite openings. So incredible. So only 3 games left now. Marcus playing the same system that he lost with before. A different system from. I mean, they're playing on D takes E5, really trying to. I think Marcus is trying to keep the position quite flat. You know, just don't go for a block position where you can get hit by a slow kingside attack. Just you know. But this is not particularly amazingly impressive, though. It must be said. But okay, it's. I'm a little bit worried actually. This move, they keep on asking me, am I there? Of course I'm there. 40.
It's asking me that too.
Yeah, 40 viewers we've got. Hello everyone. Thanks for watching.
Hi.
So also 43 observers on chess.com. This is a little bit annoying for White, but I think you could probably play maybe knight b5 or knight d5 and cover d4 in that way. Maybe it's not that bad. So how is Black going to cover c7? Rook c8, I would guess, but maybe we can, well, or maybe we could even try knight e6 straight away, actually. That would probably be a sensible thing to do. Black does it.
96 played.
Yeah. Maybe sort of threatening bishop f3 and knight d4. There's some tricks with c7, but, well, I don't know. I mean, it should be okay. I think maybe White should just play a move like Rook c1 or knight e1. Interesting. I'm not sure about that one though, because Black can actually play the knight to d4 here. Bishop takes, knight takes. rook takes, pawn takes, and then you play knight takes c7, forking queen and rook. But then at the end you'll have a d4 to d3, and I'm sure Ameet has seen this. So actually black is a little bit better here. I like black's position quite a lot. So pawn on b3 is quite weak because white's played a3, so tricky here. Marcus has got to batten down the hatches a little bit and try and work out how not to give away any more, basically. But I mean, c6 is coming in now, and you don't really want to put your knight on b6. That's a horrible square. So I don't know. Maybe are you forced maybe to take on d4? Knight takes d4, and put the queen somewhere. But you've really, you haven't. That's not nice at all. Maybe queen b2. I think queen b2. Queen b2 or queen d3. I want to go knight c2 and then get rid of that knight on d4. Oh, Gawain's still streaming. Fantastic. Queen d3. He's streaming this match, I think.
Yeah. And the other two games in the women's are both Caro-Can defences. So Anita needs a win. She's playing black against Shohreh. Shohreh needs a draw. And Svetlana and Ekaterina are level at the moment, so a draw would take it to Armageddon.
Yeah, this is quite nice for white. If you just need a draw to win the game, you're going to play f4 and just consolidate everything. This is very hard for black to do anything here. Just need to keep a bit of control. You could even think about playing g4 here to stop knight f5. You don't need to immediately. Very promising for white, this. Then let's have a look how Svetlana did. Oh, Svetlana's played this a bit better, I think, this time. Played the move c5. And now actually, are there some little tricks here? Because threatening bishop takes d4, and the b3 pawn is hanging as well. So a little bit of a careless move, previous move. Just got to have a think. How on earth are we going to save this? Oh, I think white's decided just to give up that pawn.
Give it up.
But bishop d4, queen b3. Yeah, I mean you can play h4. You can do stuff like that. But still. I don't. It's speculative, really. So we will see. What are the chances here?
So white's given up a pawn for some play, and we will see. Oh, could black do a rook b1 and try and take back on?
Could do, but you'll take on c4 with the queen then, and just have a nice ending a pawn up. Yeah. But actually, look at the time as well. 2:16 against 30 seconds.
Looks like Svetlana must have got an opening. She was very familiar.
Yeah, I'm not very happy with rook d4. I have to say that feels so loose. Bishop d4. The bishop's nice. The rooks are connected. Whereas here h4. Yeah, I'd prefer to play h4 just with my rooks connected, really. But okay, that's the way to do it. I guess black will play e5 at some stage just to block the bishop. Going to be an exciting one, this one. But let's just have a quick look at Marcus against Ameet. Okay, so I think Marcus has kind of got the maximum that he could hope for, which is to blockade that pawn, that d4 square, and Ameet now is coming in, and this is going to get quite sharp actually, because but I think, I'm not sure I would have done that one now. I would have maybe done it a bit later, to be honest. But maybe you can just take on b5 and then take on b5 with the queen. The queens get exchanged, and then that should be fine for taken with a pawn. I would have taken with the queen, really, because it would have been nice, I think, to... On the other hand, I mean, you could even play this for a win with white, because you can play e5 and then knight g5, and all of a sudden these light squares are very weak, and e6 coming in as well. So, this is thrilling. Time's very level as well. Absolutely thrilling. Let's just have a quick look at the other games. Black needs to win this. Well, that's not going to happen. It's easily going to be a draw for white, and if anything, it's going to be a win for white. How Svetlana...
This should put Shohreh through then to
into the final.
Like if the game goes how it's looking at the moment.
And let's have a look. Svetlana has got this position. Well, it's going to be. It's a nice one to have. Taking with a cheap pawn. I thought you could take with a knight and give it a knight g4 check, which would have been very nasty. But this should be quite unpleasant for black. Rook and knights on the same side. It's not very nice at all. So good chances for black to win, especially with that much more time. Let's go back to Marcus and Anita. Oh, indeed, knight g5 has been played, but the queens have been exchanged. So that's not an easy one. Now you might, with white, decide to play e6, and after f takes e6, you go rook takes e6, and after rook takes e6, you go knight f7 check with a draw. That might be.
Well, he's played e6.
But there's the one thing you've got to be careful about. There's a little rook g3 check in the middle. I think he's gone for that, but I think rook g3 check now, king f2, rook e6 is possibly slightly irritating. I mean, not terrible. Probably it's still drawn after, but yeah, I think that's a little bit awkward there. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. So knight f7 and knight g5 will be a draw. We will have Armageddon.
Armageddon in Marcus Harvey against Ameet Ghasi.
Indeed. So let's have a look. Oh, Shohreh has drawn, so she's through to the final as well. Oh, and Svetlana. How's that one going? Let's last. Oh, managed to. Oh, she exchanged.
It must have been a misclick.
Oh no! Oh, what a drama!
No, she must have tried to put it somewhere else and dropped her.
Oh dear me! Oh, what a way to go!
Because she was worse, but she had drawing chances there.
Very good. Yeah.
Armageddon. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, good lord. Okay.
Okay, so we've got Svetlana against Shohreh in the women's final, and we have Armageddon to decide who goes on to play Andy Horton in the final of the Open.
Exactly. So, indeed. So
we have a few echoes again, I think.
Do we have a few echoes? Yeah.
Yes. A comment from James Pratt. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think again I need to.
We'll have another look. We'll have another look before the final, but I think for the Armageddon we'll just keep on going. I'll sit back a bit.
Yeah, I think I'll try and keep. I think what happens is that if I keep on changing the distance to the microphone when I get excited, then yeah, I think I need one of those horse racing. It feels like commentating on horse racing. This I need one of those horse racing commentating things. You know, that Gawain is playing and would be very, very good. So yeah, waiting impatiently for the next game to begin.
Okay. How do they decide who is white and who is black for the Armageddon?
I was going to say they toss a coin, but how do you do that virtually?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know whether they get choice or.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not too sure. Maybe Danny can tell us when once it's all been done how that happened. It's 43 viewers. Hello guys, good to see you. We're just waiting for the Armageddon between Marcus Harvey and Ameet Ghasi for the right to play Andrew Horton. Big shock, big surprise. Who defeated Gawain Jones 2.5 quite convincingly actually. Really very good games. Simply, you know, it was. So Gawain was very fast, but somehow didn't manage to ever turn that time advantage into mistakes from Andrew. I think Andrew managed to get some very tight, not too tactical positions. They use wheel decide.
What's wheel decide?
I don't know. Good lord.
Wheel decide. Yeah, it's just a pun on wheel decide. And Danny decides.
It's who was it? Oh, we had some good top guesses here. Cycling Beard got 13 out of 21, and Ferrari Fan got 3 out of 5. So, oh dear. It's this has been really, really good. I think which games have I enjoyed the most? I thought Marcus Harvey's win with black against Ameet was, in terms of general impressiveness, was quite something. Just calmly accepting everything that came at him on the king's side, and then playing astonishingly fast. Just looked at wheel decide.
Just looked at wheel decide. He told me to dance.
Well, maybe we're just going to have a dance-off instead of an Armageddon. What's Marcus's dancing like, Carl? Do you know? It's and then for another impressive game, I thought probably Andrew Horton's game with white, the game that he won against Gawain. I thought that was a very impressive game. Really, really excellent. It's I think Gawain got caught in two minds really about whether to try and keep things on, keep pieces on and keep on playing for the win because he was a bit ahead on time, or to just trying to batten down the hatches and try and hold it, and I think he just took the wrong decision there, and Andrew played very well.
Okay, the news is Ameet has chosen white.
Okay, exciting. So,
is it a 5 against 4 Armageddon this time?
Like Spielman on speed. Good Lord. I have seen John dance, so my goodness. Oh, here we are. It started. I don't even need to do anything.
Yeah,
Knight
it's
S3.
5 against 4.
Oh,
so Ameet needs a win from this game.
Yeah, and but he's playing
And it's King's Indian attack.
Exactly. Oh, a different approach this time from Marcus, opening up the centre. Actually, come to think of it, he's playing the same system with black as he's played with white.
Can't black just take a pawn though?
No, you're pinned. Don't worry, you're pinned. Although actually, normally here you go knight g5. So after knight takes e4, is that? Knight takes c4. Can you go knight d4 maybe? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about that. I may be missing something clever. So Marcus plays. Ooh! Careful with that knight on c5. That's a bit short of squares. He'll go a5 next. This might actually be the same as the. It can't be the same as the first game. It looks vaguely familiar though, but. So what is Ameet going to do? I would play rook e1, I think. Oh, he's going to play b3. That's not a bad move either. a3, bishop b7. Okay, some nice fast moves from Marcus. Remember, Marcus has got less time here. So very important to play fast. Rook e1, queen c8. I don't know. Is it... I guess black's not getting any increments there for the Armageddon. No increments there.
I think it's sudden death, yeah.
Yeah, sudden death. So that's I found that actually I played a sudden death game against David Howell a few years ago, and I found it so difficult to get used to not having the increment. I just completely forgot about it, and ended up playing.
They have to adjust very quickly, don't they? They've been playing with an increment, and then suddenly it's Armageddon. Yeah,
exactly. It's. Actually, we had the same with when we played a hand and brain game against Armageddon against Sofia Polgar and Yona Kosashvili. So strong pairing there. But I completely forgot there about that there was no increment, and turned a very promising position into a loss on time. So let's have a look. So I like Ameet's position is very good here. Actually, the thing that's holding black's position together is the knight on c5. If that one gets chased away in some sort of satisfactory way, then this is knight b8, knight b7 is holding stuff at the moment. But what are you doing next? It's that was a good move, knight b5, nicely spotted. You're still holding on there. I'd start with I think I would start. trying to advance the kingside pawns, to be honest. That would be my feeling about it. It could be that white could try knight d6 here now, though, because after takes on d6 we'll have a move like knight takes e6, which looks like it could be very unpleasant for black. So, oh, he's gone knight c3. It's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult playing these... Oh, Natasha.
So you can probably hear that. That's my daughter's trying to get snacks out of it. Alright, I'm going to just go on mute for a second.
So, okay. So, well, whilst Natasha's daughters go for snacks, we're going to carry on with this game. So, knight e4. Yeah, it's very hard to play these Armageddons. You're wondering all the time, you know, I don't want to play moves that liquidate too quickly. How is this one? I think knight b8 has got to be played to go knight d7 to cover the pawn on b6. Oh, hi! Natasha's daughter saying hi to millions of viewers on the stream. So, but Marcus has gone bishop e7, knight c4, bishop d8. Oh, I'm not... Oh, this looks very unpleasant. It really does. Can't we do something like knight a7 here, actually? Would that be unpleasant, threatening knight c6? Force knight b8, and then maybe we bring the king in? a4. I'm not... can black go knight c7 here? Maybe could have done, but that was maybe possible. It doesn't matter. It's knight b4. Yeah, I'm not so happy about that. Not happy about that a4 move. It just yeah. It's going to take white a while now to regroup, and maybe he's not even going to manage. King f3. I think we should probably, after king f3, we could play f6 or f5. Sorry, I'm leaning forward again in my excitement. Giving away the dark squared bishop there, probably not a bad idea. Knight d8, nice manoeuvre, just improving the knight slightly. Although, yeah, I mean, you've got to watch out here, because these kingside pawns, I would have loved to have taken some space with f5, first of all, just to... because if you get h4, h5, it starts to get very hard to know how to react with black. So, in principle, I'd say, yeah, Ameet's still got very good chances here for victory, but it's going to be a tough one.
Yes, and he does need the victory, though. Yeah.
He does need the victory, indeed. I'd almost fancy playing f5 here, just to try and it's a bit of a easier to give away your opponent's beat. Oh, can black go f5 here? That is probably a good idea, I think. King f3, maybe h5 now. Oh, just bishop d8. Okay, knight d5. This is quite black's doing a good job. I mean, you've got to say. Bishop's very active now. This is not very much at all now. Actually, knight... Oh, h5. That's a good move. That's a very good move. And, I mean, knight b4 is coming in now as well. So, I think you could play knight b4 now. And you're just completely tying down the white pieces now. He doesn't want to allow f5. Oh, good lord! Blunder! 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 He's blundered everything. Oh, my goodness. Well, I mean, it's there's not much time left though. Yeah, bishop b6, but the a pawn's going now. So, oh, drama! He was there. Knight b4. Yeah, going to keep things. Yeah, those pieces are quite. Oh, knight d5. Bishop d4. Oh, I think we'll take that. Oh, okay. This is quite decent. That h pawn is reasonably fast. Yeah. I mean, actually, h3. God, h3. H3. Well, you'll maybe go something like knight g4, and I mean, it's going to be quite dangerous. We've got knight d5. He didn't believe in pushing it. I mean, these pawns are quite hard to push, but I'm not sure. I don't like knight d5. I think that's just giving tempi away. But okay, knight b4. We're holding some back. You've got to play h3 now. Got to push that pawn. Yeah, exactly. But I think knight d6 check is going to be, could have been annoying there. Swapping off the knight. Knight a6. Knight d6 now, but I think we're just going to ignore that. We'll go king c7 or something. That's not going to be easy. King c7, I think, is a decent idea. And knight takes f5, we take. And then c5 is hanging. Well, I don't know. Is that... Am I overselling that? Maybe I am. I think you just got to do it. But this is maybe this is just completely gone. c6 now, I think. Oh, knight d3. That's a good move. b4. Okay, king d5, king g3. I think you'll just give... Can you even give away the knight? He's played c6. We go king b5 now, though. Oh, clever. Clever. Knight c5, king b4. No, he's given away the knight. It's not a win. He's losing. Oh my goodness, what a drama. Knight e6 wins. He's going to... Yeah. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, that was a...
full of action. And
that was...
did have that win there, but...
yeah.
Held on.
Tough game.
In the game.
My goodness, what a game. What a game. So we have got Marcus Harvey against Andrew Horton in the final. Hey, you wouldn't have guessed that easily. Yeah, of course.
So 24 years old against 22 years old.
And then
and who we got in the women's?
Shohreh against Svetlana.
Shohreh against Svetlana. Okay, two very exciting finals coming up.
Yeah, that's right, John Eric. A very crazy game there. It's Carl.
Do you know if there will be a little break? 9:15 for the final.
Okay, 9:15. It's so. Should we take 5 minutes?
Let's take 5 minutes.
And then we'll be back in 5 minutes, and I'll just take a little drink and just have a quick look at my microphone just to see. So we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. I'm going to leave the sound on, but I've put the slideshow up there. Okay, we're gonna come back live. So we're going to start the final in about 9 minutes. Just hearing Natasha's daughters talk about snacks put me in the mood for a Kit Kat, so I had a break.
Yeah, I've got some snacks as well. I've got a biscuit here and then a nice cup of tea.
Fantastic.
Cheers.
Cheers. So let's have a look. Predictions, Natasha. What do you think? First of all, in the Open final, Marcus Harvey and Andrew Horton.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. I did like the way that Andy Horton played his game against Gawain. So although his over-the-board rating is slightly lower, I think, than Marcus Harvey, I'm still going to put up a win for Andy.
Okay. Yeah, it's a very close one to call. I'll go for Marcus, just I think, but I've got to go for Marcus. But it's it's a very close one to call. And how about the women's final? Shohreh against Svetlana.
Yeah, that's a tricky one too. I like Shohreh's game. I haven't seen so much of her play. I've seen Svetlana for quite a few years now in the foreign scale. I think I'm going to slightly go for Svetlana because I think in her path to the final she was winning every single game. So I think she's a strong 3-minute player. Although I think Shohreh is as well, but I'm going to go for Svetlana.
Okay, well I'll take Shohreh then, and we'll see who comes out on top there. So I do think that the Marcus that the final will go to Armageddon. I'm pretty convinced about that. That's I think these are both not both finals. No, sorry. I think in the Open certainly there's going to be an Armageddon there. They're both very solid, tough players. Maybe a win apiece and some draws. I think. I think probably it's probably the women's final. Yeah, I think it's probably that'll probably get decided. I think within the time.
We've got some more new information. New information from Carl. Marcus will win because his dad lives down the road from Carl, and he's brilliant too. So maybe the best man win, and he doesn't know the ladies. Okay, so 2 votes for Marcus.
42 viewers. Thanks for following, everyone.
Okay, I'm gonna. Yes. Hope you're enjoying it. So we've got Smooth as a hedgehog against Marcus Harvey.
That's going to be a lot easier just following 2 games now. That was 4 was quite crazy, but
Yeah.
I say this.
I don't think we're going to be expecting to see here.
Oh, I think some C4s and.
English type openings, I think, in the Open.
Yes, I think so. I think we're going to get C4 from Andrew and some of these, knight F3, D4, E3, B3 systems. Just from. So it's going to be a toughie, I think. It's going to be a tough attritional match, and a lot's going to go down to time handling.
We'll get a Caracan, won't we, in the ladies?
Well said, Carl. Well said, Carl. But I think, I think in the other game, Shohreh is an E4 player, and Svetlana is a Caracan player. So we'll get that. Oh, we'll probably get some Stonewalls as well because Svetlana plays 1D4, and could be. I think we're going to get some quite thematic openings coming in. Oh, okay. I've just got a little link there which I can click. Let's have a little look. See whether that gives it's a link that should give me. Wait a minute, I'll copy and
How
paste it.
many games at the moment? I'm assuming it's still a 4-game match, and then Armageddon if it's level. Svetlana is incredibly resourceful and sharp. I get that impression too. She's playing in Leeds at the moment. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen her games in the French element, and I very rarely see her losing. She did sometimes have quite long games, but very tenacious, I think. And I don't know Ekaterina. I looked up her rating, and I know she's a strong player. She's like 2,200 over the board, so she's very, very strong. Sorry. Getting the wrong one. Shohreh. Shohreh, do you know Shohreh play? Shohreh, as well as being a very strong player, so she's 91 women's FIDE master. She's also an international arbiter, so she will know the rules inside out. She will know. Will that help on online chess? I can't see that it will, but yeah. So it should be an interesting match.
Let's have a look. Waiting. I'll. Oops, good lord! I clicked there. Better do a little.
The sound is now terrible. Okay.
Oh, good lord! Yeah, we're sitting pretty much the same as we were, really. It's yeah, I'm a bit lost for the things to do, really. I mean, is it that is Natasha too loud, or is it? Am I too loud? Am I echoing? I suppose that's kind of what I'm asking.
That's a good question from Carl. Does the winner of the men's final favour the winner of the women's? That could be quite an interesting match. Yeah, I think they should have an Armageddon at the end, I think, to decide the overall winner. Just one match, one game. Armageddon.
Okay.
Sounds the same as it was.
Is that okay?
Thank you.
Is that okay, or is that very bad? That's, I suppose it's the question, but
I think it'll have to be okay for the lack of us knowing what to do about it.
Natasha.
My hand is low and I'm echoing. Okay. Okay, I could get my mic a little bit nearer. Same format. Best of 4.
Hey, Smarty Pants Chess. Yes, we don't always do computer chess. We also do human chess. Starting in 1 minute. Fantastic.
Okay. Let's get ready.
Maybe Natasha has 2 microphone inputs. Natasha, are you guilty?
No, should not be. I set it to just one.
Yes, looking forward to the 24-hour blitz next week. Yeah, I'm going to play as well. So we're going to see how that all goes. And I think I promised to stream at the same time as well. So
yeah,
we'll see how that goes.
You can do 24 hours play and stream.
Oh, they've started.
Okay, yes. Okay.
So, D6, Old Indian Defence from Andy. Oh yes, indeed. I think I saw that he played this. And the London system against it. Right, stopping E5. So it's just an annoying little move. Knight H5, Bishop D2, and Black will play. And then Black will be able to play E5. So, Bishop C1. Funny. And Knight F6. And Knight C3. Oh, just a little. It was meant. I think it was meant just to try and win a bit of time on the clock, but hasn't really worked. Bishop G5 is a good move. That's very solid. E3, Queen C2. It's one of the main... d takes c5. Marcus is playing a lot of these types of positions, actually. Wonder whether he just studied the structure and decided he liked it. It's then e3. This should be a slight advantage for white here. The Smyslov played like this quite a bit, and so what is black going to do? I mean, blacks normally would play fairly quickly, I suppose, castles, rook e8. You might worry slightly about white casting queenside, but I don't think that Marcus will do that. I think Marcus will just play probably bishop e2 and
knight h5 again.
Yeah, that's knight f6. Tight at the back from Marcus. Let's have a quick look at the other games, see what's happening there. Ooh, we've got this variation. So Svetlana played a slightly offbeat variation against the semi-Slav, and has this is quite well known actually, and should be decent for black. But white does get the two bishops, but the dark square bishop that they get is quite well, it's quite blocked in by the pawn on d4. Queen c5, interesting idea. But I think black will just ignore that and move away. Okay, let's go back to see how Marcus is developing. Very sensible play. I think both players have been quite impressive. They've had themselves in control quite a bit, and that's been quite a hallmark of their play. They've got to be a little bit careful there, but I think you could probably just take on e4 and go knight c5 there. And after knight d6, you go rook d8. I don't think that's anything at all for white. So I think black's just can be very happy with the opening. It looks like black has just equalised here. Knight c5, that's a little bit either sharper or hyper accurate. It's pretty good too. Knight a4, interesting. Moves like that are always quite difficult to deal with in blitz. You don't think they're dangerous, but you're not quite sure what you should be doing against them.
Is white trying to get the pawn to c5 and then the knight on b6, or just knight c6 straight away?
Yeah, I mean, they've got to watch out for the pawn on a5 here. So you've got to decide: am I going to play rook b8, which black does, which I think is probably sensible. But now I think c5 is not at all silly. Or queen c3 is also not silly. If you go queen b4, I might just take and go a3. Yeah, I was wondering whether queen c5 was better than that, but anyway. Yeah, I think you take and go a3, and then you just claim that you've got the a file, which is a pretty good claim, really. I mean, you could also go rook d6 and rook d1, but I think you'll regret not getting rid of that b4 pawn at some stage. I think I would prefer to get a rook onto a7. Yeah, and it looks like Marcus is going to do that. And I mean, look at the time situation again. He's very, very well ahead there. So. I would have played rook a7 maybe straight away, but no worries, because you could have stopped rook d8. But that's a little bit strange what he's done there. Rook b2 is not possible, of course. Okay, so that's fine actually. So king f8 and then probably king e1 or king e1 probably. We could go rook a7 because rook d2. I've got rook b7, rook takes b2, and knight d7 check discovered. But king e1 is the safe and sensible move. So black's just got to think a little bit. Yeah, knight d7's a good idea. I think white really should have tried to go for. He's given black quite a few moves there, and rook a7 now is not going to be anything at all. So knight takes d7, rook d7. You're perfectly comfortable there. So I think, white sort of missed the trick there. There's no advantage here now. This is just a draw.
So this is looking pretty level, yeah.
Looking very level, yeah.
We'll look at the other game.
Ooh, let's have a look. What's that?
So it's knight coming in on g4.
Yeah, look at the time. Look at the time. Shohreh's got 141 against 22 seconds. And of course, black is a lot better. Black is just winning in actual fact, probably.
Okay, this could be the first win for Shohreh.
Yeah, this is...
of the final.
Yes, it's quite nasty. I'm not quite sure what you should be doing here as white. Maybe a rook takes a5. Oh, interesting. Yeah, why not? Rook b2. Oh, you could play rook b5.
Rook a1.
Well, b6 was hanging, but rook a1 would have been... Well, yeah, I'm not too sure. Knight b3. Now, I think b takes a5 instead of rook a5 would have been simpler. This looks a little bit strange, because white's going to play bishop takes g4 and then get a knight onto d4, and it's all of a sudden it's very hard for you to push your to push that pawn. So that's gone a little bit wrong there. Oh no! Hey, the rooks are forked. I'm terribly sorry. I was completely missing everything. Oh my god, she's just lost completely. Oh my goodness.
Gosh, a turnaround.
Oh dear.
So white should be able to win this one now, I think.
Oh, f6, that's not going to help either. Oh dear. Oh, what a shame.
What a shame.
So, bishop e4, and it didn't take... Oh, could have taken on e4. That wouldn't have been so bad, would it? King d6, anyway. h6. Yeah, I mean, not really very much should happen in this position, but obviously Marcus is quite a bit ahead on time, so he doesn't really mind playing this out. You know, you sort of... Oh, b takes c6. B takes c6. Ooh, I don't like that very much. There was no need. There was no need to play that. And king b6. I don't like that at all. King c7, but maybe it's okay. But it feels a bit strange, really. You know, to give yourself weaknesses like that and take away a pawn break. But probably it's all right. We've got to watch out now, because you can go rook h1 to h3 to g3. Oh, I don't think. F4. This is not bad as well, because you can go rook d3 to g3. Got to be a little bit careful there. Oh, I would have gone rook g3, rook d3 straight away, actually, to be honest. Oh no. I would have loved to have tied down the rook to g8 and then tried to think of something else to do. But okay. I mean, white is better here, but probably black is sort of fine. But it's a little bit more pressure than you'd want, really. f6. Interesting move there. Takes. Is that's a pretty good move, f6. That's kind of the key move, I think. So we'll move the rook back, I guess. Oh no, the rook's trapped. No, it's not. No, it's not, Matthew.
Well, if king e6 you can take.
Yeah, you can take on c5, but it's just oh my goodness.
Doesn't have any moves. So.
I'd never. Yeah.
What can black make of that then?
Maybe not very much. Maybe he can just wait. I'd never play a move like rook f5. Oh my goodness, I'd be too scared. I'd be too scared to do it. So it takes, king takes.
It's got some squares now.
It's got some squares now. But I think king e6 possible as well. So I think we'll rook f8. Yeah, why not? That's pretty decent. So oh yes, so Svetlana has won the first game as we expected. Rook g8, that's a good move. Get the rook active. Rook g4 to h4 now, I think. There we are. Actually, well, rook a5, c5. We'll go rook a6 check. No, I wouldn't. I don't think it's worth doing any of that. So just waiting here now. c5 check. Rook a6. Doing anything to avoid the draw, these guys. King d7. Oh, that's a little bit all. No, you can go rook h1 here. King f5. There's rook h5 check. Oh, rook h5 check was fine. Oh, good lord. What's happening here then? Rook h6, rook c5. This is not obvious. This is far from obvious. King g6. I think this is just winning, isn't it? You can't get in front of the. You can't get in front. You can't. Rook h8 check. Just wins. My goodness. What a turnaround. Oh, it should have been just completely drawn. But these rook endings are treacherous. You really rook e8 check and f7, and it's a win. Yeah, yeah. Probably better time handling. I think that was the key. Oh, he's really stolen that game, Marcus. A great start for him.
So how are our predictions holding up? That's Marcus, that was your call.
That's right.
And Svetlana was mine. So we're 1-all.
Exactly. Ooh, this is going to be a tough final, this one. My goodness.
Yeah.
So Shohreh's an e4 player. Svetlana tends to play the Caro-Kann, so it's going to be interesting to see what... and actually, Shohreh plays the exchange Caro-Kann and does pretty well, actually.
Okay.
Indeed, Carl. So, waiting impatiently for the next games to start. So, let's see, Andy will knight f3, and c4. And probably going to get some double fianchettos here.
Yeah. Another Ramirez opening.
Indeed.
You must have watched the video.
Oh, knight c3. Wait, knight c3. That's not right.
You can.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure that was one of the moves.
Yeah, that's right.
Take and bishop a6. There was something or other.
Knight e4. That's decent. Yeah. So, what are we going to have here?
Do knight b5, didn't you?
No, I think you're confusing lines. I think.
I certainly am. Yeah, that's for sure.
Knight e2 and bishop f6. So okay, so Marcus managed to exchange off the dark square bishops. That's not bad at all. Exchange off one pair of minor pieces, and take back with a knight. Yeah, very solid position for black. Really no problems at all. Knight d7, queen e7, that sort of thing. But I guess that Andy's pretty happy too. He's got his the structure that he likes and that he wanted. So I think he's a few tempi down on a normal course of moves, I think. So black's basically done that quite well. Let's have a look at the women's final. So we've got an exchange Caro-Kann. Looks very solid for black. In principle, it sort of always feels with these positions that black is playing the white side of a Queen's Gambit declined, actually. That's black hasn't got any problems here. Black's developed quite nicely. B5 will be coming in maybe soon, and even F5. So B5 here would be quite nice. Knight A5 is decent as well. Let's have a look. Knight B. Oh yeah, did play Knight B5 though. So Rook A B1.
Yeah.
It's a bit hard to find a plan for white quite often, to be honest, in these positions. I've played them a few times. Never felt completely sure I knew what I was doing. Colin McNabb often used to play Knight E1 and then play F4 and also advance with G4. But I'm not quite sure then what the rook's doing on B1. I mean, in principle, yeah, I don't really like how white has put the pieces there. But yeah, it's still quite reasonable for white. Let's just have they're spending quite a lot of time there. So let's have a look. Yeah.
Would you ever go for D4 here?
B4.
D4.
Sorry, are we looking at which game?
I'm on Horton against Harvey.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, D4 is one possibility. The problem is that, well, actually, the thing is that, when you play D4 in the opening, black isn't properly developed, so it sort of gets you lots of stuff. But here, black's completely ready. So it's not going to have the same sort of effect. It's, black's going to have chances to attack your weaknesses, and this is very comfortable for black. It has actually got the Maroczy bind there, but I think, well, I mean, white should definitely consider playing E4 at some stage soon. Yeah, in order to put a knight on D5 and just. But I think probably black's played it quite cleverly here, because if you go E4 now, you could go knight B3 to D4, So knight h4 in this position. But yeah.
Oh, you might be trying for the Colin McNabb plan of f4.
Well, it's a bit slow on that now, but I think e4 for black is going to be quite interesting now. I think if you take with a knight and I go e4, that's not stupid because the c4 pawn is very, very weak. So yeah, I think black's doing quite nicely here. You're not going to take with a king, really. Hard to believe. So I think knight takes g2, e4. Maybe you can go knight f4. But there's that weakness on. Oh, knight b3.
Knight b3.
I don't understand that one very well. Can't we just go e4? Yeah, I would have thought you could just go e4 with white and then just play a knight into e3 to d5. I mean, that's kind of yeah. He plays e4. Yeah. No, I do feel that white should have stopped that, just gone e4 himself, but and then played a knight into d5 or a knight e3 into d5. That would have been what I would have wanted to do anyway, unless there's some specific reason why it didn't work. I can't see it. So difficult decision for white. He's down to 25 seconds. Oh, is this going to be another? Is this going to be another one of those sort of grinds, you know, where?
Yeah.
Because yeah, very difficult. So I suppose e takes d3 will take with a rook, I guess. Rook takes d3. Oh, knight b3 now.
Knight d3 again.
Rook d2. Oh, we're going to take on d3. That's a clever move. That's a clever move order to force the knight back to d3. That's very clever. Oh, actually, knight d3. Oh, but knight d3 wasn't. Knight d3. You could just take knight d3, couldn't you? There wasn't any tactic. Rook takes d3. Rook takes d3 was fine. Oh, okay. Maybe this was just. Oh, I think I'll.
Knight c1 at the end. Knight c1 at the
No.
end.
Rook d8 is check. Rook d8 is check. So it would have worked, I think. But this is horrible. Actually, you're just winning on it. Your knight takes c4 now. You're just winning on the spot. Knight e5, I think, just wins on the spot here. Knight e5, and Mark's got 1 minute 52 left to 5 seconds. Yeah, the knight's dropping off. Oh, very convincing.
That's 2-0 then.
That's 2-0. He just needs a draw for the championship. So let's have a look at Shohreh. What's the position? It's probably.
Doesn't have much time left for this one.
No, she's always a lot shorter of time actually than Shohreh. That's but this position should be an easy draw really. Rook to e5. Not sure about that one, but take on e6 maybe, or rook e3. Keeps on asking me whether I'm there. Of course I'm there. So king f7, actually, I'm slightly wondering about. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Rook e6. This is just completely equal. So it's going to be a 1.5 lead going into Svetlana's black game. But what you do see is that Shohreh plays very fast. She's really got that good online technique there.
Yes, she does.
We've got to say that there's a pawn that actually dropped there. Shouldn't be too serious. Oh, I would have played the other rook. Rook c3 check. Got to be careful now.
Oh gosh.
The h3 pawn is dropping. Good lord. Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
You've got to be careful of checkmate.
Yeah, but you've got rook takes d5 to d1. No, but I mean rook h. Oh, rook d3. I didn't understand that one. Rook f2. I'll just take that and go king f2. I guess, which should be close to a draw. Oh, king d2.
Ooh, brave. That's brave, isn't it?
No, yeah, I don't understand actually, but we could have just taken on e7 and taken on h3. We can still do. Oh, golly! My goodness! None of the moves can be anticipated, but king d4 now is okay. Rook d6. King d4 will be decent. Rook d5 should be fine. Yeah. And this is a draw. The players will play it out to the end. Oh, good lord. And expecting a draw very soon. There we are.
Yes, draw agreed.
Okay, so
Okay, so
two.
that one's 1.5 half to Svetlana.
That's right. And then Andrew Horton 2-0 down.
Marcus, what a good
Exactly.
start, Marcus.
Fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. So, so what does Andy do? He's black the next game. Difficult. I mean, Marcus is very solid. You know, you're not going to just to beat him just like that. You know, it's you're going to have to play a long game. I think Andy's repertoire is as black is particularly solid. Really, not really fantastic for playing for a win. I think, but well, we'll see what he makes of it.
Okay, it started. Knight F3.
B3.
And they're both interesting. They're queens for ships.
Exactly.
And double fianchetto from Marcus.
Yeah, so Andy's thinking what to do here. I think you just got to try and play, you know, reasonably. Oh, okay. He's going for the.
He's taken on F3.
Yeah, he's gone for the.
Going for the unbalanced play.
Indeed.
He needs to win.
Yeah, this is the problem. The only problem with this position actually is that you've got your knight on F6 already. You'd love to have the knight on E7, and then it can come to F5, which is a great square for the knight. And doing it like this is a little bit. You're a little bit loose, simply. I mean, F4 to F5 is going to be a constant idea here. So in principle, I like white in these positions. C4. Yeah, C4. I wonder a little bit about C4. I would have just played rook E1, D3, knight D2 to F3, you know, and just maybe even doubled up on the E file. That would have been quite easy. But this is interesting, threatening F5. So, yeah, G6 necessary, I think. So maybe, yeah, D3 now from white, I would think. Knight D2 to F3. That feels like the right approach. Knight C5. Rook D1, simply. So what is black going to do? I mean, black would like to do something like Knight E8, probably, followed by maybe Bishop F6 or something like Knight D6 to F5. Just, it's a very nice square for the knight to put it onto F5. Maybe you should play Rook C8 first, just to cover that C file. But yeah, maybe that's not so. Maybe that's not so important. Maybe you can just go Knight E8 straight away, or Knight H5. You know, one of those moves. Let's just have a look at the other game, which is proceeding. So, let's have a look. Is that White has an extra pawn here already? It looks like to me, and well, compensation for black a little bit, but not very much really. It's more or less a clear pawn for white. Although Queen C4, I think we'll go A6 there. I think that's Queen E7. I think A6 would have been a very sensible move then. After A4, you play Queen E7, and you've always actually got ideas afterwards of playing B5, hitting the queen because the rook on A1 is loose. But well, A6 again would be the move to play here, I think. And then you can look at stuff like playing Knight G4, for example, because I mean Rook D1 is quite. I think.
She's going for mate. Queen E5, threatening Queen H2.
Yeah.
But it is easily to stop.
It's easy to stop, and I think the queen's now just a little bit vulnerable there. I don't think it was really necessary. If you go A6 now, it's still quite good. You've got to watch out for stuff like you've got to watch out for stuff like E4 followed by Bishop F4. That's the reason that you don't like it. Actually, A4 doesn't stop B5. I could go B5 here as well, and follow it up with C4. That might be quite good for quite promising for black. Oh, black's played it. And again, you know, quite a big lead on time there. So Queen D3. So what do you play here? I think I wouldn't mind playing C4 here and then trying to get a quick B4 in. Now let's have a look at how Marcus is getting on with against Andrew. Andy. So this is very
well ahead on the clock here.
Oh, this is very nice. Is he repeating? He's repeating. Oh, of course. He's offering the repetition with knight A7, knight B5.
The match situation.
Yeah. So Andy is not going for that, of course. But it's burnt up some time, of course. You know, so taken the rook. I wonder whether that was worth doing. I mean, you might even have just moved the knight back and just you know. But okay. A4. That seems very passive. Yeah, but there was no need really. You know, I think. Yeah, I don't know. You've got to watch out with these things. This of course this should be great for white, but I can think of plenty of ways now to improve the black position. You know, that's the point. And whereas for white, well, you know, you've got to. I'm not quite sure you've got a plan anymore. And this knight on B5 is doing nothing. I mean, you should probably try and bring it back now to A3 to C2 to E1 to F3. That would be quite sensible. Mustn't leave the knight on there. Got to. But actually, yeah, we could go knight A3, B1, D2, E4, F3. But he's looking for black's. Yeah.
But he's looking for F3 maybe.
No, he's not going to play F3 now. Knight F5 is the E3 square is very nasty.
No.
Yeah, this is a little bit. I think White's played quite a few passive moves here. What you could. Yeah, okay, he's going to bring his knight back. B1, D2.
What, B1, D2, E4?
Yeah, he might still be in time, but it's a little bit. I mean, black's not doing badly here now. So knight D2, we need to find something now. And actually, Marcus has burnt a lot of time on that. You see, he had a minute ahead. Now he's only 10 seconds ahead. Maybe nerves playing a bit of a role, really. But okay, this is decent again. It's been repaired. So yeah, I mean, well, Andy's just got to again. Not sure whether he needed to exchange that really, but I think just yeah. On the other hand, I mean, how are you going to lose this? I wouldn't really feel confident about even finding a plan to win this with black. If you were Keith Arkle, I think you'd probably put the white king on C2. And that's probably not a bad plan at all.
Okay.
Just play rook H1, play the king to C2. And then, exactly, yeah. I think that would probably be quite decent. Is he doing it? He's played rook H1. I think he's probably going to do it. He's actually going to do it, I think. So let's just some things. Oh, G4. Why do you need to play G4 straight away? You didn't need to rush. Because that's a little bit risky, isn't it? We can go knight. Oh, HG. Oh, I'm not sure about HG. I wanted to just go knight H4 and queen B7 or queen C6 straight away. Let's just have a quick look at the ladies' game. Svetlana very short of time, but it looks like a complete win. Oh, so that looks like the match. That is the match. It's going to be 2.5. It's going to be 2.5 halves. So it looks like Svetlana's going to win the match there. And well, Marcus is.
As long as her mouse, as long as she can move fast enough, she'll win this.
Yeah,
that's very easy now.
G5.
Yeah. Okay, so she's won the match.
Yeah, and this is looking very promising now. E2, I guess.
2.5.
And then we'll just line up on the H file. That's well, we'll take off, go rook H1, and then well, we simply cannot lose this. I would have thought. Maybe play bishop D2, play the king to C2. Oh, wait a minute, rook H3. It's queen D. Oh, it was on the C8 H3 diagonal. It's the sort of thing that makes you sort of worry a little bit and think, my goodness, king D1 I would play, get the king out of the way. Oh, queen H1. I was even going for Yeah, is that necessary though? Well, if it mates, then it's going to be good enough. Actually, that's just going to win. It's going to be 3-0.
It looks like it, mate. Like Queen F8 and Queen E8.
Or even Queen E8 immediately.
Or even just Queen E8 first, if you want to do it in one move.
Yeah. So Queen E8 check now.
Queen F8.
Oh, and Queen D8 mates. Yeah. So amazing.
Well played, Marcus Harvey.
Well played, Marcus Harvey. Yeah, 3-0. I got that completely wrong. I was saying Armageddon, all of that, and yeah, just so maybe it's a bit yeah, I don't know, a bit jaded as well after beating Gawain, because you never underestimate the the amount of energy it takes to beat a top player like that. It takes much more than you realise.
Yeah, well, I mean they already played 8 games in the morning at least, didn't they? If they didn't do Armageddon.
Well done, Carl. You were right. You were right indeed. So, and Svetlana did indeed win. So it looks like yeah. So Svetlana is the women's champion and Marcus Harvey is the men's champion. So well played, everyone. Congratulations. Now, normally you'd have a prize giving, of course, but a lot of good games. Yeah. No, it's. I think probably yeah. If you have to choose the most impressive game, probably the game that Andy Horton beat Gawain with White. I thought that was a really classy game there. So probably the best game I saw there. But yeah, very well played, Marcus. Excellent. Okay, yeah. Well, I guess that's it. This is a virtual event. There's no prize giving. Nobody's going to get their hand shaken here. So, well, I'll simply, I guess we'll just say thanks very much to everyone for watching. Thanks for all the comments. We'll listen back to the video and see all the comments about the sound, see what we can do to improve it. And, yeah, keep on watching this channel because, well, we're going to do lots of normal videos, but we'll probably also do a bit of streaming as well from time to time. Okay, thanks very much indeed.